Hi everybody, I'm Shelowann of Peace Dove Herbalist Mediumship School.
Hi, I'm Jeanette, Spirit Artist.
And I'm Adele Marie of Angelic Wise Ones, and welcome to Spirit Talk Time.
Welcome.
Yay.
Good morning.
Morning. We're starting a few minutes early, and we have a special guest today, so I'm really, really excited. And, I know it's Sunday. I know it's like going on 12 noon, and to some people that might be one of those times that's like, but we're here to wake you up. I know here in Maryland, it's been a little raining. We were supposed to have a nor'eastern come through, right?
Mm-hmm. Rainy and windy.
Right, but
all those leaves off
chilly.
the trees.
Took all the leaves off the trees, but you know what? I like that rain because it was like just steady, nice, and light.
It wasn't anything crazy or anything like that.
Yeah. It was just cold.
It was just cold. Well, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Do you? I got out there and I was having lots of fun. And then, of course, I had a client yesterday morning, and she calls and she says, "Hello from sunny Florida."
Oh, for gosh sake. And how is it up there? Because down here, it's like 80, and it's so beautiful. Yes. I had to throw that in because I live here in Florida.
Right. No, she was really sweet
I'm just kidding.
And stuff. And, I've had it, like, she's been my client for a while. And so it was really funny because then Rainbow had a blast with her afterwards. Like, after she said all that, then Rainbow was like, "Oh, okay, so we're going to rub some other things in for you, too." So, because Rainbow Butterfly, my joy guide, always gives the first message when I have a reading. And she was like on the ball with that yesterday. And, but that's okay. I told her I'm going to be somewhere sunny soon. So I'm going to,
that's right.
Yes,
you will.
I'm going to have fun.
Yep.
Your development, your relationship with Spirit is a lot of what we talk about and what we want to assist you with. So we're kind of like your spirit guides and everything that we do. And, also what's cool about everything is the fact that nothing here is scripted. So I allow.
That. I know. Right? I kind of would rather be that way.
Yeah,
More
natural, right?
Yeah.
So I work with Angelic Wise Ones, and they're just a lovely group that I work with all the time around me. And so they're the ones that choose every topic that we get into. So today they were like bombarding me all morning, and then on the drive here, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know if we have enough time for all of this," especially since we have a special guest today with Cindy Lovell, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to get Cindy over here. She has some things going on, but I really do want to understand, as we get into our development with Spirit and our relationship with Spirit, why is it? Do you think? That all of a
sudden, no, here it comes. Get everybody pay attention.
Why is it all of a sudden people are so excited about it and everything, and then they go, and they start going backwards. They start going backwards. So why is it so hard working with Spirit?
Probably because people and we make it hard.
We make it hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear.
Right.
Everything that comes under fear, it goes back to fear. So
okay,
it's like everything seems good. Now wait a minute,
right.
I don't really want to go there.
Control
it. Yeah,
right.
Whatever it is.
It also is a part of in our society, in our life, we're taught to be negative before we're taught to be positive.
So that goes to conditionings.
Right? So, but that allows a lot of fears to come in, right?
Mm-hmm. It does. It's like you're not allowed to be happy. God forbid. Right?
Well, yeah, you're allowed to be happy, but you're weird and you're crazy, right?
I know.
Like, how can you sustain that all the time? Is what I used to hear.
Right? They think you're right. I'm just saying they think you're crazy.
Yes.
Something's wrong with. There's too much happiness going on over there. We got to do something.
Right.
Quick.
So, but in our society, we are taught how to be more negative than positive. So a lot of times when I see students, they get so far, and I don't have just students here in Maryland. I have them around the world. And I do long distance classes with, and their biggest thing is, "Oh, Adele, this is just so hard." Like, oh my God, because I'm thinking, okay, it's the homework. No, it's not that. Well, part of the homework, okay, but they just get to a point when they're just like, well, my friends over here, they're doing that, and they're doing this, and it looks so like, why can't I be doing it that way? Go ahead, you can do it that way, right?
Yeah.
But where's it going to get you in the long run? A lot of times my students are like, why do we have to journal? Why do we have to meditate so much? And then why do we really have to work on our issues? You guys are all quiet.
Because I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't thought that. you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know you've thought about it.
I think it's natural to feel that way sometimes, but the fact is whether or not you're going to get over yourself and get back to work.
Right. Because do you want to keep living in the negative?
Yeah, because then you can just keep getting caught up in that stuff and get stuck in that stuff.
Worse.
And that's where the conditionings come in, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do because I'm used to this, but I know I can be happy, but I can't be happy because that's just not the way I'm supposed to be. But yes, you can. And then it's like, no, I can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, you can.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
it's like, why?
That's everybody.
Yeah. But why are you so fearful of it? You know, because fear, we all know, is a man-made creation.
Yeah. Yes, it's a man-made construct.
Yes, we are not born into this world being fearful. You know,
because then you'll be free, and people are scared to be free. Because when you're free, you have nothing but nirvana.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
And they do think you're crazy. They do think you're crazy, and then they'll try to capitalize on your craziness.
They'll try to capitalize, but because they get jealous of it.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
haters gonna hate.
And then that you can be in a good place, and then that can take. That can come.
But I've found as I've progressed in my spiritual journey that affects me less and less. It's more like my stuff now.
Right.
Because that's going to continue to happen with people being judgmental and jealous and hating and not understanding and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm to the point where I can't really say that anymore. It's more like me.
Right. Yeah. That's why I say, I mean, like, why not give it a shot? Okay. Right. But also work on your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many people out there that, you know, they're doing the mediumship because it's a hot word right now, right?
Yeah.
And they're going along and they have, you know, they're giving readings. Right? They're dealing with clients and stuff. But then I also have to sit there and say, but what about your stuff? Are you a clear and clean vehicle?
Most of them aren't.
But it's a good...
Because I mean, I can sit here and look at my stuff that I have to deal with and that I deal with, and I know other people aren't dealing with their stuff.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you know you're having a hard time, you know they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. And if you have a lot of stuff that you're dealing with, then wouldn't you want to kind of help help yourself? I mean, because how are you going to, then you're going to be...
I don't think a lot of people want to help themselves.
You don't think so?
But what is it? So it's more powerful than to feel like...
Because then they can just live off of their clients and take their energy.
Coming back.
Oh, okay. So they're absorbing their clients' energies and everything, so it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, so why should they look at their stuff when they can just look at their clients?
So do you think that it makes them feel better, then it's more... I'm just gonna say it like it's an ego thing, like
that's what I'm
gonna make you. I can help you. I can help you. I'm not gonna help myself because I don't need to, because I'm just here to help you.
Right, and I see it, and they don't even see the mirrors in their clients coming back at them too.
Right. Well, a good way to sit there and understand that is if you're seeing that mirror, because the messages that you're giving to your client, all of a sudden in your mind you're thinking, yeah, I'm going through that too. Yeah.
That's a horrible feeling, by the
way. So then you're not really giving that person their message. You're actually keeping it for you. But actually, the message is actually for you. What's up, Leanne? What do we got?
We got several people with us this morning. We've got our Tronda Hicks, Annie Celine.
Hey, good morning.
Hi there.
Hi.
Megan says sometimes it's a feeling of it's too good to be true.
Yes.
And Mary's joining us too.
Hi, Mary.
Hi there.
Yay. Hello.
Hi.
Megan, you're absolutely right. Sometimes it's too good to be true. And see, this is the cool part, because like when I was growing up, I was the weird one. And everything. So you didn't quite fit in, but you really wanted to fit in. So you sat there and tried to okay, let me try to be like you over here. Then you found out, well, that didn't work. Oh my God, that was a catastrophe. It was a little crazy. So, but as I got older, I was just like, you know what? I'm looking at their stuff and I'm like, I
really don't even want that.
I don't want that. Like, why do I really want that and stuff? So what did Spirit give me, and what have they been developing with me? What have they been teaching me that's so wrong? Because it feels so right.
That's what I was going to say.
Right. It does. It feels so right.
You mean what they've been showing you your whole life. And you're trying to be like...
And looking at others.
You're so fortunate. Now you're going to be... it was... I know it must have been so hard being like you were
weird, different
by yourself, but yet you were being shown truths your whole life.
I was being shown truth my whole life, but I didn't understand why nobody else saw the same truth. Why did you not see it? Why? So that was a part of my development too, because then I had to learn, that just because those people look like they're fun, they're happy and doing their thing,
they really?
They're not really. Because then I would sit there and listen to their stories, and the problem was they would start talking, and I would start saying things to them that was actually a message. That they looked at me and they're like, where did that come from? And you're weird. And then led me to get a shirt that says I'm the weirder one. But it was then learning how to embrace it. Yes,
You've got more. You've got Kimberly, Sue, and
Hi,
Dan,
Kimberly.
and
Hi.
Jim. You've got a lot of people following this morning.
Hi,
Great,
good morning.
great.
Welcome,
Thanks for joining us.
We're talking about our relationship with spirit and why we get so far, and then we want to backpedal. We want to backpedal because what?
Well, I was saying what Megan said is too good to be true. It's some of us have that. The bottom's going to drop out because it's going to.
Right.
You can't have it good like so long because something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
But see, that's when they're putting that out to the universe. If I'm putting out to the universe, oh my God, this is amazingly awesome. Thank you very much. And I'm telling my guys, thank you, and get on in here and assist me with this, and that. Then, that's the energy that's going to go out there. But yes, as soon as we have that one negative thought, man, does that stumble us up.
Yeah,
right?
it
We
does.
trip.
It does.
We trip. But everybody trips. And that's where I want to make sure everybody understands you're on your development journey. You're on your spiritual journey. You're going to have that moment in time where you're just like, oh man, like what the heck just happened? But don't allow that to keep snowballing into that type of energy and not moving forward energy. I always say every time you take, a step forward, the universe, spirit will bring you back 3 steps. That's kind of like a test, right? It's a test. Are you really truthful, and sticking to what you're saying? So I'm going to test you out here. And you know what? To test spirit, shame on you. Because it never works. Okay, what's up?
No, they don't like that.
Never,
We got one very special young man watching. Please tell Joshy.
Joshy.
Joshy! Hey, Joshy! Hi! Yay! Give your daddy a big hug and kiss because he's
little
amazing.
handsome.
Yes, hello, handsome man. So that's another beautiful little energy spirit right there. Kids are amazing. Kids are amazing. Spirit just is so out there, and they're just open to all of it, right? Until they're taught. No, I don't know about that because the parent might be fearful,
or stuff in society. Because I know when I was little, all I watched were horror movies. Horror movies and just all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so my
and
generation,
all the fear that's out there.
My generation, we watched Bela Lugosi, Creature from the Black
Bela
Lagoon. We watched all
what
those.
Is Bela Lugosi?
Yeah. So
I remember Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula.
I just remember that.
Vincent Price.
Fake Dracula.
Vincent Price, all those.
That cheesy
Dark
music.
Shadows. The Mummy. But also, I stayed away from really, really horror flicks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I had no choice.
Yeah.
Until I got older.
So that sat there and instilled a lot of fear into you.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I'm not there is no way I'll open this door of spirit. Because that's what's coming in?
I would like to think that doesn't affect me now, and maybe
back then.
some other stuff. Probably.
Yeah, back then. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think if I sat around and did all that.
I wasn't in charge of the TV, so who was okay? You're saying that's no. My brothers more were, and they would even go so far as to take the knob off the TV.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then somebody would get a wrench.
Right.
And then be like, yeah, somebody would keep stepping it up. And then one
remember
day,
wire hangers too? What's an antenna?
So that's really cool because with that wire antenna, it was to sit there and think about it. It was to try to connect the energy, right, to get a better picture. Mm-hmm. Why not with our own energy are we not really seeing how as we raise our vibration, as we're learning about spirit, that's what we're doing. We're connecting, right? We're wiring up and connecting to spirit and a whole cool energy. So I like that channel. I'll keep Spirit Channel any day, right? Yeah.
Well, what about though? Well, because it makes sense everything you're saying, but when you're a child though, and you're around things that you're just living and things are happening and you're just absorbing everything around you. So you talk about society. You got society inside of your own home, not just outside. It's everywhere.
Then we have to work to overcome that.
That's what I'm saying, though. But it's going in there and creating
take off
your
all
thoughts.
that crap that was put on us.
Right.
See, I don't know. I watched, the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
We watched all
Fat
those.
Albert, too.
Fat Albert. Oh, my God.
Hey.
All right.
Fat Albert. What's up?
Okay, don't forget Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner.
Of course. Oh my God.
Hello,
My
yes.
friend Carol Burnett.
Hello from Sue Coburn.
Hey, Sue.
Hi,
And
Sue.
Jim from Connecticut.
Hi, Jim. Sue, lots of love, and to you and your family at this time and stuff. We're
Yes.
sending you lots and lots of angel hugs, sweetie pie. Sue's amazing too with her gifts of spirit. And but no, so it is about connecting up. But we didn't really watch the horror shows. We watched like Elvis back then, like rock and roll.
Oh, we ain't never watched that.
Rockford Files.
What year was that?
I
You guys
don't
watch
even
that?
like. Come on, man.
Carol
Rockford
Burnett.
Files.
Yes, Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett
Burnett.
was
Yes.
hilarious.
She was,
Right.
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
yeah.
so but what messages was all this bringing you? Because you're talking about horror flicks, you know.
No, I didn't
like
know.
my
Well, yeah, that
brothers
wasn't
were
the
like the
only thing.
most.
That
My
wasn't the
brothers,
only thing,
my
yeah.
brothers were the most that were just like, oh, terror. But like when it came to TV, no, we were not allowed to. It's not that we weren't allowed. It's just back then it really wasn't a whole bunch on anyway.
Oh, okay.
You
And
know?
everybody was outside. We always say that.
Yes,
But-
we
but
were always outside.
Outside, find something
yes.
to do.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we would take off on our bikes and be gone all day long until you heard your dad whistle.
Oh, yeah,
and then
those
it's like
were the
boom.
days.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Big wheels.
The kids don't have that nowadays.
Hopscotch.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't do that.
Yeah, but so your connection with spirit, like, what makes you step back? What makes you sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm not going to go any further than this"? Okay, because what
I was just going to say I can speak for myself and say stubbornness
stubbornness?
is part of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. What about your belief, trust?
Well,
You know?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
Second.
it's
Because that stubbornness, belief, and trust.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Oh,
Wanting to do it your way, like
Right.
my way. Let me try it this way.
Or
No,
this is
it's
not
not
fast
like this.
enough,
It's like
or-
this.
yeah,
Oh,
why isn't
fast
this
enough.
happening?
Impatience.
right.
the way I
Yeah.
want it to
I like
happen,
impatient.
or the way you want something to
Yeah,
happen.
why is that happening? I don't understand. It should be like this. I thought, oh my gosh, those words. I thought, blah, blah,
And
blah,
then you
blah,
gotta
blah,
backtrack.
blah.
Right. Well, how come I was getting it this way
Yes.
and I'm not getting it that way
How many
any
times have we
longer?
said that?
So that means that I'm not getting anything at all. But what you're doing is you're actually stepping up your levels. So once you open the door with spirit, they're like, okay, let's see, if you get this, do you get this? Okay, we're showing you that. Did you get it? Okay, can you hear? Yep, we got that. Once that part happens, you step up to the next level. So you still have all that, but you're stepping up to another level.
But it's a pain in the butt.
But it's so funny how, what do we
I'm
do
not-
though? We go,
you know,
we beat ourselves up and go, oh my God, what just happened? I don't understand. I
It's
thought it
just-
was like this.
yes, they
It's just-
start questioning
yeah.
themselves.
Gotta be a
it's just not all butterflies and flowers and stuff all the time.
Right, but that's where the stubbornness comes in.
Yeah.
Because
Because you want
instead of
butterflies and flowers?
no, because it's
no.
like, what happened to
Oh.
this? Why? What were you just saying? Like, what happened? Like
Because
he's-
because your mind goes, well, how come everything was going on? We're trucking. I'm getting messages. Things are making sense. What just happened? Oh my gosh, I must have messed up. What did I do wrong?
Yes.
Go off the deep end. I have to catch myself all the time. I have to go in that mirror and go, let's get it together, or I do this. Well, it used to be like that, but now it's like this. I have
Yeah.
to bring
Yeah,
I have to
right,
include
both
both
of
sides
them.
of myself, right? Because I'm like, I'm sorry, I left you out for a while. Talk to the hand.
Right.
What are you doing? Knock
that's
it off.
excellent. That's excellent. That you almost deserve a weirder one T-shirt.
Oh.
What's up?
I'm the weirder
25
one.
in it, 25 in.
Okay.
Jim Simmelrock wants to say, he says he's been working a lot with teenagers lately, and he wants to know if you're finding
wow.
more teenagers are asking
God bless him.
questions. And
Jim, first off, much love to you
awesome.
and stuff. Jim's really great because he's all the way Connecticut.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, up in Connecticut. And I met Jim years ago, and he has one of my spirit art pictures, just to let you know.
Oh, nice.
And he's just lovely. And like even then, he saw so much with spirit, and he was working with spirit, and he was giving messages, and it was great meeting him and stuff, and to keep this friendship going. Teenagers, like kids, teenagers. I do a children's talk time, children's circle, right? And I bring them in here. But teenagers right now, like I also want to look sometimes to say they're open, and I think it's great working with them. I love working with teenagers, but sometimes they're fixated in a much different way.
You got to
and
get
stuff.
in there. You got to
You
find a
really-
way in there.
Right,
Harder.
Jim. So kudos for you for
Yeah,
getting in
really.
there with them and really working with them because they are open. And that's why, first off, they're all empaths. We're all empaths anyway. They're all empaths.
We need to talk about that as
Yes,
a
we
topic,
will.
because
We
everybody's
will.
into that empath thing. Like,
That
I'm an
word.
empath.
Yeah.
I'm an empath.
We're
Like,
all
everybody's an empath.
I am.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
yeah.
You ain't
Yes,
special?
That, right. That's your first sentence.
Okay, sorry.
That's your. That's okay. We just still.
I
love
had
you.
to get that in there.
Yes, but as an empath, we're all empaths, and we all pull that in the first thing, and that's where I think some people have a hard time They might get it confused with something
They're
else, or they just
bombarded
don't know
with
what. But like even with my own daughter, my youngest one, I noticed that what she does is she pulls everybody's energies in so she can become them. And then we heal
really
them.
good at that too.
Yeah, she will suck your
Without
energy,
trying.
So many
right
people
in,
do that,
and then
they
she
think
claims
it's
it.
Yes,
She claims it for
then
her
they
own.
think it's theirs, and they don't want to hear it's not.
Because then anxiety sets in,
Yep.
and some depression's in there too. And I keep telling her, like, we have to work with you to get this off.
Right.
And I remember when I was younger, like I would soak up everybody's energies too, and I had to stop and like look at my guides and my angelic wise ones and say, okay, what can be done here? Like if you were sick, I used to pull your energy in,
And
make
you don't
myself
even really
sick.
realize. I mean, I think so many people don't realize.
They don't realize.
And I would say, I've said, like, what about, like, if you go somewhere and you're feeling fine, right? And then you go home and you're like, well, and then you're like, it's me. But it's, wait a minute, but when you left and you went out that day, you were feeling fine. Did you, like,
Right.
and nobody wants it. They want to claim all the yucky stuff.
Well, that's why I have that meditation, know thyself. Every day we should be going in, getting to know our body, the aches, the pains, the feelings, what's going on. That way when we walk out the door,
that makes
everything else that comes up, then we know, okay, that's not mine, that's theirs, please take it away, right? So, but Jim, man, sitting there and working with the teenagers, I think that's amazing. I think that's great. There's so many of them right now. So then you're going to also have to identify the indigos. Well, we're way showers with the indigos, but the rainbow children, the crystalline children, and some of them have a nice mixture of both going in there. So they're very open to receive, but you got to look at that empath part of them. So great. Just keep me updated how it's going with them. I love working with teenagers because like they can do some things, but they also have to understand the responsibilities that's out there working with spirit. So all right, guys. Any more questions right now? Because we have a special guest here, and her name is Cindy Lovell, and she is the Monarch Medium. And I don't know if some of you have watched the show, but we're going to find out that. But Cindy's got something, that project she's working on, so we're going to welcome Cindy on in right now. Come on, Cindy. Yay. Cha-cha-cha. And I'm going to go up here and have a seat.
Thanks.
Yay.
Thank you for having me today.
Hi, Cindy.
Yay, yay. So Cindy Lovell is the Monarch Medium, right?
I am.
Yes. And I saw that pretty butterfly on your website too and everything.
Thank you.
So, Cindy, you are starting what next week?
Starting next week at 2:00 is I'm calling it the Talk Circle. It's a talk circle for abuse survivors.
Wow.
And it's all types of abuse.
I was going to say because like...
Oh yeah, there's many different types of abuse. There's sexual, there's financial, there's emotional, there's verbal, there's mental. I mean,
physical.
It takes many different forms.
Yeah. And why did you? I want to know why you started this circle.
I'm a survivor of clerical abuse. Many of you have seen the show The Keepers or the podcast Out of the Shadows, of which I am a part of. And it's taken me many, many years to get over that and survive and figure out that I'm not alone. And
because that had to be horrible to go through.
It was very horrible. I was 13 and 14, and it took me until I was a grown adult to actually realize that I had survived. And I think that the reason I want to do this talk circle is because there's so many women out there who, like me, didn't know that there were others out there, that they weren't. I want everyone to know that they're not alone, and that there are ways, whether it's an active or a past situation,
right,
that there's, whether it be a coping mechanism, just knowing that you're not alone makes a huge difference to a lot of people.
And it doesn't. And this doesn't have to be just like the survivors that went to school with you and stuff. No. We're talking like, I know each one of us, and if each one of us have gone through abuse,
absolutely,
then everybody else is out there. So it's a nice collection of women coming together,
absolutely,
and having a talk circle on this,
absolutely.
Right? Yes, like you said, to know you're not alone.
But it's more than just knowing you're not alone. I mean, that's obviously the premise, but I'm not a therapist. I haven't been through, I'm not a counselor that can sit there and say, oh, I have a PhD or whatever, but I've lived through it.
You have a lot of
I have a
experience.
lot.
I was
Right
going to
there,
say that's
yeah.
a lot of
And you've
experience
been in
right
a fire
there.
and you came
Exactly.
out. You're a
I've been
survivor.
through the fire
Right.
and I
Through one
came
to
out
the
the other
other.
side.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't claim to have all the answers, but I want to share how I got through it, how I became strong, how I became self-sufficient, and how I became a survivor instead of a victim.
And to let them
What
know
an
that they can
opportunity.
too.
Right, they
So-
can too. But
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
And I want to help you to see that you too can do that. And I want to help you find the tools and the keys to get out of victim mode and become, a survivor. And understand that you have a strength that Spirit wants you to tap into. And everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you don't understand it, but we're all here to support each other.
and then so this is going to be next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
November?
starting at November 3rd, starting at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
And it'll run for 6 weeks.
Right.
That's the general idea right now.
Which is really cool.
Um,
So let me ask you this: is there anything that they can once they register and sign up? Is there anything that they can do between now and then? Any type of thing they can do between now and then, before they come in the door to see you?
just realize that, you're coming into a group of like minds, and, we're all here to support each other. So no, between now and then, just
See, she's being nice. Because I would have told you, yep, you need to sit down and make a list of all kinds of stuff.
Well-
like that's a teacher in me, though. That's a teacher in me and stuff. I would have been like, yeah, like make sure, but no. Otherwise, like bring a bottle of water, no caffeine.
No caffeine. And it's in the email that I send out to you when I send you the address. It is completely private and anonymous. So
Whatever goes in the circle stays in the
what
circle.
goes in the circle stays
Right.
in the circle.
Yes.
I ask that all phones are either left in your car or I will collect them and when you get here, because everyone needs to know that they have a safe space.
Right.
No caffeine or alcohol, at least an hour before we come in.
Right, because why in the world, you're coming here to sit there and share with one another.
Exactly.
This is a true empowerment, too.
Exactly.
I think it's going to end up being a little bit bigger than what you think. And,
I hope so.
We've talked a couple of times about abuse, and actually we have one that's getting ready to go up on our YouTube channel because I know I'm a big person with that, because so many people put out that we're here for you, but then it goes in a much different direction, or you never see them again.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
hard to talk. It's
True,
hard for
I was,
people to
you know,
touch really
they call
hard
you a
to get
liar.
out there and
Right.
talk.
You're a liar.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
is.
was
You're a
going
liar.
through my domestic violence abuse, and with that divorce, and I was putting it out there, and then you saw a bunch of stars and everybody come out against abuse, and the next thing you know, they're gone.
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute, what happened? You put something out there, right? But then I looked at it, it was like, that was a nice validation to me from Spirit to sit there and say, yep, you just keep going with this.
Yes,
I
agree.
and being survivor is on so many levels too. You survive each day.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, sometimes for me it was, breath to breath. Like, okay, I'm alive at this very moment, and I don't know if I'm going to be in 5 minutes, but for right now, I'm okay. And as time and space go through, as you start working with, other women who've been through it, you start to realize that there's more strength inside of you than you ever knew. And the ability to heal yourself with the support and strength from others is there.
Awesome.
Now,
Yes.
Can you tell people I know that you said the date, but say the date again, where it's going to be, and what it's about again, because we have some people coming in.
Okay, yes.
Just ask a
We have
question.
Miss Cindy Lovell here from Monarch Medium, and she is going to Saturday, November 3rd at 2 o'clock, right here in Millersville, Maryland. Actually in our lovely space right here. Cindy's going to do a women's talk circle of survivors of abuse.
And again, it is for all types of abuse. It is not just sexual abuse. It can be physical abuse, mental, financial, emotional. And there's a whole string of different types of abuses. It is open to all. If you want to sign up for it, you go to my website, The Monarch Medium, and send me an email, and I will send you the specifics as far as the location, the time. It's $20 a session. It runs for 6 weeks. It starts next Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Aren't you on Facebook too?
I am on Facebook as well.
Right.
The Monarch Medium is on Facebook.
And her name's Sydney Lovell. Okay. Whatever goes on in the circle stays in the circle.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just like when I teach a development class and stuff. Whatever goes in on that class stays in that class. And doesn't go out the door.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, I do know, this is kind of weird, it's Cindy Lovell, the Monarch Medium,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And you have that page on Facebook?
I do.
Okay, good. So I was just making sure that, just like, you know, yeah.
Why do you call yourself the Monarch Medium?
Oh, very good. Monarch butterflies have had a very special place in my life for a really long time. And butterflies are all about transition, growth, and healing, changing from something that, you know, it is just minuscule to something that's beautiful and powerful. And that's what the Monarch Medium is about. It's transition and healing, helping you to become the more powerful person that you're meant to be.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. Yep.
And it has a really beautiful monarch butterfly on there and stuff. Cindy, I wish you like the best. Do you have any questions for her? Because you did some
No.
homework and stuff.
I looked. I've watched some of the Keepers.
Oh,
And
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched some of that.
But
and,
you were also on.
and I saw that too. Well, I saw some of it. The radio
Yeah.
show.
The radio.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
on WBAL on the radio show with Brian Neiman. It's an hour special that he did.
What's it called? The special? Did it?
I don't know that it had a title. It was
Oh,
just.
okay.
It was myself and two others from
Segment.
the Keepers. It was a special segment that he did, and it was talking all about the abuse at Keogh, where I was a student, and it went through everything that we were trying to accomplish between then, going through what happened then, as far as trying to change the Catholic Church now, what we're hoping for as far as
That'll be
the
interesting.
legislature. I can't say that word very
Right.
easily. So going from the then to the now. So I've become an advocate. Once I got through and healed myself, not only am I opening all this up, but I'm sharing it with everybody, and I'm becoming an advocate for the legal
Excellent.
process.
Yay.
You're sharing. I mean,
Yay.
how brave and
How
courageous.
brave.
I'm
That
very
is, that
empowered
is.
by this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're up against a lot when you go up against a church.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
for
But
sure.
you're opening your mouth and you're telling the truth, and that really does. You know, people say this all the time. Oh, I'm helping you. I'm helping. Yes, it does though. You
It
open
does.
that door for so many. It's
Thank you.
It's
Yep.
wonderful.
Oh,
All I can do is try.
what's up, Leanne?
So we have a couple more people joining us.
Hi.
Megan, and Megan says, thank you, Cindy, for being so open and truthful.
Right?
You're welcome.
She's
Nisi.
amazing.
Nisi
Nisi.
and Joanne Morgo.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm
welcome.
Joanne.
Hi
Nikki.
there.
Yeah, it is very courageous, and Cindy, we want to thank you because
You're welcome.
you know, unfortunately, what you went through, like none of us ever, like we can't even fathom. I know that we're going to do a documentary,
Yes.
and we're working on that with Cindy, and also something else, another little like surprise thing. So. But it is hard because I think one of the hardest things is right now sitting in front of all these people, and even when you did the show with the gentleman,
Yes.
being able to share your story, because like if you hadn't done all this work yourself, sharing that story, like
Oh,
You
absolutely.
wouldn't be able to do
No,
it.
Right.
you wouldn't be
I mean,
able
I was married for over 20 years and never shared that story. I mean, I hadn't gotten to
can
the
imagine
point.
living with that all that time.
I hadn't gotten to the point where I was
But how would you have known
able
what
to
do with
accept it
Right.
and deal with it
Right.
and heal from it. I mean, it's only been through the work, with you, and it's been some rather intensive work over the years.
Oh yeah.
But
She's putting
What
it
is it?
lightly.
What is it not?
but
you know?
but
it's so worth it because look,
absolutely.
weren't we talking earlier about truth, fears, and everything else?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and of course you had your fears, but man, you had to stay in your truth.
I did.
And when you stayed in your truth, and Spirit kept pushing you and tweaking you, like look now,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you were talking earlier about, running away with the fear. Absolutely, I did that.
always run away.
You know, it was like I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to hear it. But I am so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I stuck with it, with you and Spirit, and you know, I'm very happy with who I am and where I am now.
Yeah, because statistically, now you're going to have me not talking. The percentage, I know that the abuse that I went through, that domestic violence abuse I went through, and I did not have a women's talk circle, which would have been very, very beneficial. But I remember at the DVC centers, they say only 1 out of, let's say, 50 women actually follow through to get out of a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And they do because, well, also the systems, the court systems and everybody else are really not your cheerleader. You know, they keep wanting you to stay in that system.
Exactly.
So then everything that you went through, and this is going through the, you know, with the Archbishop, the diocese, the church and everything else, they really would not want you to bring this forward or anything else.
Oh,
course
no.
You know?
We got to keep it all, everything being tidy.
You know, the statistics are there, but to know you're not alone. You know,
and
to go through that, because you worked a lot of this on your own. Yes, we were in here together and working on stuff, but you had to make that choice. You had to do it.
And even when it was going on, until it was over, I didn't know that anybody else was going through it.
Right.
I didn't. I thought I was the only one that was suffering this, and I, you know, of course, you know, the typical, you know, the threats and everything. So I couldn't go to anyone.
Yep.
And you know, I was just like, wow. You know, when I look back on it and I see how many other people were going through it, and you know, the things that were implanted in me, and throughout my life, the different things that happened because of that, and the behaviors and the attitudes that needed to be changed inside of me, and nobody could change that but me.
Yeah, because that's choices, and it's about our journey. Because I remember growing up, and everybody's like, "Oh, you went off your path." You know, are you on your path and stuff? And sometimes when I say to people, who are like, "I never heard that," but yes, we're going down. But you know, you didn't have choices.
No,
you know, those choices were made for you, and then you had to live according to the choices everybody else in that situation.
Exactly.
You know, at that school, what you went through.
Exactly.
You had to live by somebody else's choices, so that does change you, and that changes the way you think, and you know who you can be friends with, and
trust
who you can.
Oh my God,
major.
That's what I'm
so
talking
messed
about.
up,
Like,
so messed up.
Yeah.
And
You
then
know,
you're out into the world.
and then you have to
faith too. Like,
and you
oh my
have
God,
to
I would
faith,
hated God.
right?
Exactly.
But you have to learn to trust.
But it got you so mixed up.
But you had to learn.
But I could see though, at your age, when I'm, you know, like you're trying to listen to what you think is that's such, the abuse was just so freaking horrendous on to take it to such a divine level as they did.
Yes,
is
yes.
unfathomable. I mean, there's not even. I know there's reasons for everything, but no, that was like
like
too much power.
It was
power,
way too much
and then
power.
to say like to do that, and like you just said, and then it's all in everyone's heads and all in everyone's thoughts and their belief structure, and then we're going to launch you out into the world now. See ya.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. And we didn't do anything, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We did not do a thing.
What are you talking about?
Right. What are you talking about?
Yeah, disgusting.
It is.
And then, you
I
know,
mean, it's
my favorite saying is, you know, the church themselves like to play whack-a-mole with the different priests, because as soon as someone would break the rule, and they would tell a parent or someone else, and it would get to the church, that the church would say, "Oh, you've been caught. Let me move you over here. Let me move you to this other parish. Let me move you out of state." The abuser, the one who abused me, was moved to Ireland because, you know, he was, there was too many states that he was accused in.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, and the Catholic Church is very, very complicit in hiding and the cover up, and that's what I'm fighting to get cleared up. But just because what the abuse that I suffered was by a priest and by the Catholic Church, it doesn't mean that the lessons that I've learned can't help other people in different types of abuse situations.
Right.
Yeah. The biggest thing here, though, to me, as you're saying all this, because you know every one of us, like I know I had like that Roman Catholic like training and everything else, and I love aspects of it, but you know I'm a spiritual individual.
Absolutely.
Right. The biggest thing though is forgiveness.
It is.
So, you know, that's a part of that journey too. that I know that as this circle gets going and stuff, that's like one of the elements that you're going to love and forgiveness. Love and forgiveness.
Those are huge.
Well, trust.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that come out of it, and I don't know that I'll be able to get all of it in the 6 weeks. Excuse me. But I'm hoping to at least be able to touch on it and kind of help others to get on the right path to finding their inner strength and self-love.
With Spirit leading the way.
Okay, with Spirit leading the way.
Exactly.
A wonderful beginning.
Right. Well, Cindy, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for letting me be on here today. I appreciate that.
I look forward to next Saturday.
I will be
look
here.
Forward next Saturday.
And if anyone is interested in joining, please go to the Monarch Medium, or you can email me at Cindy@themonarchmedium.com, or you can go to my Facebook page. There's which is the Monarch Medium, and just say
Cindy Lovell.
With Cindy Lovell, and let me know that you're interested, and I will send you the address and the time and answer any questions that you will have at that time.
Yep. www.themonarchmedium.com. So
Yes.
Cindy, thank you.
Thank
God
you
bless.
very much.
Yep.
Thank
Many
you.
angel hugs to you, sweetie
No
pie.
problem.
Yeah.
Name
So,
alone makes her a pioneer.
what's that?
I said her name alone makes her a pioneer.
That's right.
That's
Right.
Well, thank you very much, ladies.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Cindy.
All right, Cindy. So I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, Cindy has so much to offer in her journey. It's going to be really cool as she shares that a little bit more. Like I said, we're going to be a documentary on her story, and it'll be so cool because we're not just like doing everything on Cindy, but we're going to be bringing other things in with that too. So I'm really
You're not
really
going to want
excited
to miss
about
that.
it
Yeah.
and stuff. So if you think that Spirit has led you into a place where you're constantly fighting or fearful and stuff, if anything, Cindy's story should sit there and show you how we're always led to where we need to be, and the journey, we're not saying the journey is always the easiest one, but it is one that Spirit's there right beside you. All you have to do is ask for their assistance. Sometimes we're sitting in class and I'm looking at my students and I see their guides sitting there going, yeah, like, do, this is what she thinks I'm doing all day. You have to ask in order to receive. You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They do other things too.
They do
right?
other things too, like this behind you. They tattle on you. They throw you under
they
the bus.
snitch.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Especially joy guides.
Tour guides are amazing.
But they do it because they love you.
No, because they're mischievous.
Because they love you.
Yes, they love you. All your guides love you. But get to know your guides, and once you do, the whole door opens. So, keep with us because we're like your physical spirit guides here. And we're going to be showing you step by step how to get through it all. So, Leanne, we're good?
We're good.
We're good, guys?
Welcome, Ryan.
All right. Hi, Ryan.
Hi
Welcome. So, thanks for joining us on Spirit Talk Time. We also do Girls Talk at Spirit Talk Time, and we're getting ready to head on over there in a little bit on Facebook Spirit Talk Time. And we got Girl Talk, and you girls don't even know what's coming, but I do.
My goodness.
And this ought to be
it's
fun.
always hot and steamy and wonderful.
I know, because
Yeah.
we're going to be hooking people up, too.
You
caught that?
Like, yes. You caught that?
Ooh,
Did you say you caught that?
What?
What did we see?
Nothing.
She's back there blushing. Eurydice's back there blushing.
Is it
She already
Maybe?
had flush
No,
cheeks.
So it's all about we get real, we get raw. It's all about everything when it comes to your relationship. So
You're gonna wanna watch.
yep, we'll be there in like 5 minutes, I think.
See ya.
Okay.
But but in the meantime, welcome your spirit guides. Just sit there and say, I welcome and invite all my guides, my teachers, my loved ones in spirit through the light and love of the Holy Spirit to surround me in your presence now, this whole morning to night through. Guide me, love me, protect me in all that I do. So, and just watch. The more you implement that, the more the elements of your guides and angels and all your loved ones in spirit come in. So in the meantime, we'll see you next time. Angel hugs. And bye.
Have a
from
great
Spirit
day.
Talk Time.
Week. Bye-bye.